So the two classes I play or have one, two, three. Basically, these are tanks. I'm mostly a tank player. No. So this is how many classes there are, but I mostly play tank. I'm not gonna play this one because this one's ass right now, I heard. But I started with this one, Warrior, but I don't play it as much. Mostly because it's not as fun as Gunbreaker. And I recently started leveling up Dark Knight. This one starts at level 30. This one starts at level 60, and this one started. Well, since this is a starting class, it starts at level 1. And I just barely started this one. This one starts at level 70. But I digress. Since they're both tank classes, they're supposed to be tanky, and they don't do a lot of damage. Except, so basically, the tanks will always do less damage than all the DPS. Even the weakest DPS will do more than the strongest tank DPS. But of all the tanks, Gunbreaker does the most damage, which in my opinion is also the funnest. Anyway, so what Warrior doesn't have for DPS, and has for a lot of survivability. Basically, it's literally known as the class that can't, out of the tank classes, it's known as the one that literally is too angry to die. Because you have this one, basically for every weapon skill per enemy that you hit, you get health back. So let's say you like a 10% health, you use this shit, you use your AoE, which is like this one. This one hits like all enemies. You basically get all your health back. Oh, but what if you don't have this one, right? Oh, well, you have this one. Basically, you get an heal over time, and no, it's not heal over time, no. So it's just basically you would use this, you get basically a heal, and if you use this one first, this one increases your heal. So this one gives you a heal over time, and it just gives you more like an instant like heal. Then you also have this one, home gain. Basically, if you're gonna die, but your teammates aren't like your healers and there to heal you, you use this, which basically prevents you from dying for 10 seconds. You literally cannot die for 10 seconds with this. These ones are just like damage mitigation. This one too. This one you wanna use when an enemy is using a big attack on your whole group, on your whole team. Oh yeah, this one doesn't have a lot of damage, but has a lot of survivability. So for warrior, what actually fighting a just a single enemy, it should look, how you should use rotations to your abilities. It should look like this: 1, 2, and 4. Not 3 because your 4 gives you damage boost. Then 2, 1, 2, and then 2. And then you use X and 3 before, because you have to. Well, there's just a lot of explaining right now, but trust me, it's not as complicated. This one doesn't look as complicated as it really looks. But you cannot just want to fit everything in it. Like all of your damage boosts, all your damage abilities. You want to fit it all into those 30 seconds, and you want to use this one. Basically, it gives you a guaranteed critical, and then lets you use this one to this one. When you use this one, pure rate, it gives you what's it called? More. It unlocks an ability. So this one transforms into inner chaos. Yeah, I'll wait. You're gonna see a cut, but I'll wait. But you're gonna see this one go from Fell Cleave to Inner Chaos when I use this one. Like now, see? Inner Chaos. Then I use my T for a critical, and it's like guaranteed critical. Then flip. But some of them don't have a short cooldown with the other abilities, so when these are like charging, see? There's some you can still use, like this one. See, I use 3 and then I can use 1 in between it. So I always have like a high DPS uptime, basically. For Gunbreaker, which is this one, this class is no, a bit more complicated. It's a high skill, high reward, but like I said before, it's the funnest. But for this one, basically the whole point for it is that you want to fit so all your damage abilities into this. You for this your No Mercy, which gives you a 20% damage boost for 20 seconds. So, but first thing is you have cartridges. You get a cartridge, one cartridge per like this rotation you do. It's one, year two, and then year three. Then you get a cartridge, and when you get a cartridge, you can use special abilities. You can use Gnashing Fang. This one has a full combo. Basically, you can use it 3 times, and it costs one cartridge. And this one is like the one you're always gonna be using, basically all the time, on cooldown. Basically, every time you can use it, you should use it. This one and this one, your blasting zone. You wanna use those all the time, essentially. But yeah, you wanna use those on cooldown, but you wanna save all your other damage abilities for when you have no mercy. So it should go. Well, your other damage abilities are this one, double down, rough divide. You have 2 charges of it. Kind of like the other one, the one that was I just hit him with my shoulder or something. It had 3 charges, but this one only has 2. Anyway, you also have F, bow shock. Where's the other one? Burst strike and sonic break. So sonic break and bow shock, those are a damage over time. So that's why this one does more damage than warrior, because this one has damage over time and warrior doesn't have anything like that. But yeah. On this one is Bloodfist. Basically, it gives you cartridges. Just for it just gives you cartridges. That's what it does. But anyway, it should when you use Gunbreaker, um, it should look your rotation how you should use abilities. Should look something like this. Use your 1, 2, finally your 3. Now you use No Mercy. You use that. You use that one to give you charges. You use both your damage over times. Then you use this one. But yeah, when you use this one, when you spin a cartridge on this one, it becomes a new ability 2 more times, and then when you use all of them, it resets back to the original, which is Gnashing Fang. You just want to keep repeating the process. Told you. You want to use this one on cooldown along with Blasting Zone. And then when you're not using those, and you don't have No Mercy, you just basically want to get these charges back to 3. And then No Mercy. It's basically how it should look like. But the last thing I should say is that you don't start out with all these spells and abilities and weapon skills. You don't start with all of these from the start. You get, for example, when your buddies start the game, so you have level 1, level 4, level 26, level 10, level 40, level 15, level 60, level 72, level 30, 54, 90. You unlock these over time. It's not like you just have these out of the straight. You have to it's not like you have to know these like from the get-go. You eventually learn how to use all these skills, including the other classes, not just the tanks one, over time. This one, like I'm leveling up this, no, this one. This is the other tank class called Dark Knight. Like I've been leveling it up. This one starts at 30. Oh, looks cool. But like I still have yet to unlock all these. 54, 56, 60, 68. Look. There's still so many other more abilities to unlock, and it might seem overwhelming from what I've shown you, but it's not. Like you learn over time.